Ladies and gentlemen, when HR asked me to run a Microsoft PowerPoint masterclass, I had no idea it would have this breadth of appeal, so thank you for showing up. For the next few hours, who am I kidding? Please, roll the VT.
Mike's only here. What's he gonna do now? Tucker are on their way.
BT Sports Studios. There you go, mate. Tenner, please.
What on earth is that? It's a new era for WWE on BT Sports.
Wow, we're going to have a lot of fun. For the first time ever in UK history, Raw, SmackDown, and for the first time, NXT and NXT UK exclusively live in one home, BT Sport. More of that. We'll be seeing a lot more of that, or hearing a lot more of that later. But I could drone on for hours about this. But I'm delighted to say we have got some WWE superstars in the house. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen! Without more ado, please welcome to the stage, star of Fighting With My Family, chronicling her journey from wrestling with her family in Norwich to becoming a WWE superstar, two-time Divas Champion and inaugural NXT Women's Champion. Please welcome to the stage, Paige!
I'm not excited as Ric Flair's about to come out, but hometown hero here, guys, so give me some love.
Next up to the stage, a former two-time UFC heavyweight champion who made his debut in October 29 in WWE. Please welcome Cain Velasquez! And please, this man needs no introduction. A WWE legend, a 16-time world champion, and the first time, two-time Hall of Fame inductee, WWE legend of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Hold on. I'll come and sit next to you, why not, for a while. Now, we're going to open up to questions in a second. I know you're all burning with them, but I've actually got one almost all three of you just to kick it off. So obviously, WWE has moved to BT Sport. How do you guys feel about your new home?
We love it. We can't really say we hate it, can we? Oh, it sucks. No, I love it. We're really excited. I mean, it's the first time WWE's transitioned to a different channel in I think over 30 years, so it's definitely a big deal for us, and we're really, really excited. So thanks for having us.
The reception has been phenomenal, and I know that the WWE has looked forward to this for a long time. Has tried to make this evolve. So been with Sky for so many years and enjoyed the success, but moving on to bigger and better things, and this is a great opportunity for the company, and obviously, hopefully, it's something that you guys are looking forward to too. We're bringing all the brands in. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, there's more people. Please come in.
Holy cow.
For those of you who don't know, this is a Raw superstar and the current reigning USA champion. Please welcome to the stage, Andrade. And Charlotte Flair, 10 times WWE World Champion, the first woman to headline a pay-per-view event, and one of only 3 women to headline WrestleMania, Charlotte Flair. And then, last, please welcome the star of SmackDown from our very own Glasgow, and one of the superstars battling for this month's Royal Rumble. Please welcome Nikki Cross. We're going to come into questions for you, but just one more from me for a second. Actually, Nikki, I'm going to ask you if you're all right. NXT has come and joined onto BT Sport for the first time. First time that's happened. How are you feeling about that?
It's so exciting, and BT Sport were really excited with that relationship, and it's already, I think I got tagged in on Twitter with in the space of a week of a couple of videos that we're putting out, and they've already documenting, I don't know. You know what I mean?
You're amongst friends.
So I love the journey and the processing of that, and I think it's just such an exciting time, and we have Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK, 205, and I think it's such an amazing time to be a wrestling fan, and we're so excited to work with BT Sport.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have you here. Now, we're going to get to questions, but I believe Sean won a competition to ask the first question, so please, Sean, ask your question.
Oh, thank you. My question's for Charlotte. So you had a great match with Trish. If you could have a match with any female legend, not on the current roster, who would it be and why?
Good question.
Well, I consider her a legend, but Stephanie McMahon.
She's joining us later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she is. I was like, oh,
Yeah, you're expecting us you were going to put the fight together here.
I don't know. Wait, Sean.
24/7. Right. Okay.
That's a BT Sport.
Right. We're here to the next question. Who's got a question? Put your hands up, and we'll get a mic to you. Yeah. Anybody got a question? If not, I'm going to ask a question. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
This is just to everyone, maybe nobody knows the answer, but now you're all with BT Sport and this new stuff's going on. Is there going to be one of the big pay-per-views in the UK coming up, maybe? Is that the cards?
I mean, we have to.
Oh, correct. We're recording this,
I'm
right?
starting the rumor right now. It's happening. I don't know.
As someone that was here in '92 for the SummerSlam, I would highly recommend we come back here.
Okay, next question. Yeah, up there, you can toss the mic. Whoa. Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, this one's for Charlotte, for Paige, for Nikki. Women's wrestling is in such a great shape at the minute. You've wrestled in Saudi, you've had your Women's Royal Rumble, you've headlined Mania. Where do you see the women's division going in the next 2 or 3 years? What are the next milestones? What's the next big thing for the women's division?
We're all just looking at each other like, who has a Star Trek?
Taking over the galaxy. I feel world domination has pretty much been achieved, so I think the next step, the universe, the galaxy.
I just want it to be known as not just like, oh, the women are like main event, and it should just be a natural, normal thing. It shouldn't have to be something like women are making history anymore. It should just be like a normal thing.
It's continuing the momentum. It's
Yeah.
always having storylines that people want to watch, that they can sink their teeth into, and it's like, okay, the women's evolution, the pinnacle was the main event. Okay, so when are we going to main event again? It's not like, okay, that was it, and we're never going to do it again. It's just, with the depth now, with NXT UK, NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, there should be no reason why the women's. It shouldn't even be called a women's evolution anymore. It's just it's women's. It's wrestling. It's not women's wrestling. It's wrestling, and that's I think make that go away.
But I don't understand why we haven't had an all-female pay-per-view again. We did one and that was it. So WWE, get your act together, sis. Because we need another one.
No, but I agree with Paige on having another pay-per-view, but to me it's like, okay, Evolution was amazing, but there's something to be said to having a card with male and female talent and being a female saying, I had the best match on the card. So it really doesn't matter if it's all female or, it's like, no, I just want to have the best match in the company on any brand, whether it's an all-female pay-per-view or not.
Very good.
I concur.
Other questions? Yeah, if you just toss the mic back.
Ken Velasquez, happy for you to be part of WWE. I know you've been training for quite a while. You already had a match with Brock Lesnar. I wanted to ask, are you now here for a full-time basis? And what made you make the switch from UFC to WWE?
So I'm here for 3 years as of right now. What made me want to join? At first, I was a fan like everyone else as a kid. Watched this. Big fan growing up, and then I went to a elimination chamber match where Ronda Rousey was there. She was wrestling. I was with my good buddy Daniel Cormier, and we were like kids again. I fell in love with it just from that. Just thought, hey, why not try it and do it? Because I've always loved it. So that was it.
Very good. I'll actually ask a question. Any other question quickly from anybody else? Yeah, down the front here. And I'll ask one to you actually, Rick, if you don't mind. Rick, I'm going to ask you a question quickly before we get to that. Just out of your two WrestleMania fights, which is the most memorable?
The two that I was in, Shawn Michaels.
The two which you were in?
It would be Shawn Michaels when I retired. That's the biggest moment of my career, aside from the day she won her first title in Houston with Night of Champions.
Very good. Right, please.
Question for Rick. Your retirement match with HBK was probably my favourite ever moment in wrestling. That bit where the camera panned over to him and he says, "I'm sorry, I love you," before finishing the match. Two parts to the question. A, was HBK your choice for your match? And B, apart from that, what was your other favourite moment in wrestling?
Well, no, I actually, Vince McMahon decided I was retired, so. If you think I called him a volunteer, that wasn't the case. He said, "We have a plan." I said, "Okay." But I think that, which is very, which I feel extremely fortunate to have been, there was a number of guys that wanted to be in that ring, and I think that Hunter decided that he'd be the one to induct me and Shawn would take the match. So I would have been happy either way. And I know people like the match, but that was, I have to make this clear to everybody. Shawn Michaels carried me for 30 minutes. It's not that I couldn't do it physically, but I didn't have it here. And I've told so many people over the years, not to the level that these guys have to by any means, but if you don't have it here and your self-confidence wavers or anything, it's time to either go back and regroup or to walk away. Physically, I could have wrestled for another couple of years, but and God gave me a gift, but it was time to go, and Shawn gave me 30 minutes of the best of Shawn Michaels. So he had a great match with himself, and I was part of it, but it was emotional. My family was there, and I had no idea the fans would give me the reaction they did. It's the greatest weekend, and to me, I know that I'm saying it because I'm involved in it, but I've never seen an NFL or NBA or baseball retirement weekend like that, with a follow-up on Monday with the farewell on Raw that night, which was just an add-on, which I wasn't even aware of. So it's the proudest moment of my life in my career, and of course now that everything is focused on her. So everything that I've ever done, she has blown right past, which is something that, how many parents can say that? To have eclipsed my legacy and establishing her own. And she made a very valid point. I think it's really important that the wrestling fans look at who has the best match. That's what I've been saying to her forever. It's not the guys versus the girls. It's who had the best match in the show that night. And I think that's the way it should be looked at. Not if it's a boy or a girl or a man or woman. It's who has the best match, because the girls can go. And they put the boys on notice.
Yeah. Woo! Right.
Hey, you guys know what steals the show. You guys know which match it is sometimes. The girls have been doing a lot of it.
Very good. Right, microphone over there. You can do that part. Yeah, I can throw.
Hi, this goes out to everyone. Obviously, we've seen over the years a couple of crossovers from different sports, whether it's been a permanent change or a temporary change. For everyone, who would you like to bring in as an athlete who's not in the WWE, who you would like to wrestle at some point?
I can't wrestle, so it's your guys' fun.
I would like Daniel Cormier to come in, me and him tag team. Against anyone.
When I hear that comment, I'm glad I'm out of the business. I want nothing to do with either one of them. And I didn't like wrestling Brock either, so there you go.
I don't know, as exciting as it is to see, okay, what would this athlete bring to the WWE? I say this about Ronda Rousey all the time, but I didn't know how successful she was going to be. Just because she main evented UFC and she was this superstar didn't mean that she was going to catch on to our business. And she did at a phenomenal rate and helped make WrestleMania happen. But when you do bring outside talent in, either they're going to connect with the audience or they don't. It doesn't matter, how talented they are athletically. And I think that's what you have to realize. It's really cool to bring people in, but it's the emotion that you guys feel with the person, and that's what Ronda did so freaking well. But just because she did it so well doesn't mean that anyone's just going to do it as well as she did, and that's a testament to Ronda.
I am so happy that Cain is here, because Cain, everybody knows Cain beat Brock in UFC. And I want a match with Cain. I beat Rey Mysterio, the legend Rey Mysterio. His friend, the Cain, my friend. But everybody knows Rey Mysterio, for all Latinos, is a big legend, big name. Now I want to say I am the new face de los Latinos. Cain is here, Cain is Latino. I want to beat Cain. I want to beat Cain. I want to match with Cain. I'm happy that Cain is here, for another. No, I'm so happy because he come in the UFC, is Latino, but I want to match with Cain.
Anything else? Or, yeah. You can answer?
So, she wants a match with Kane.
I'm actually a massive movie and television person, so I can think of so many actors and actresses and singers and musicians that I'd be very interested to see, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I know that was a character, but so I'm a big movie and television person. So there's so many. I'm thinking of all the action movies that I like, and I imagine them making the transition, because I think it's 100% what Charlotte said. It's about who can come and who can make that connection and cite those emotions. And I think there's some movie stars I'd love to come and see, make that transition too, because this isn't for everyone, and it's so exciting to watch someone make that transition, especially when they are able to connect emotionally. So yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so bring her on.
We've also had Tyson Fury.
Very yes.
Yeah.
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Anyway, good. Where's the cube got to? Yeah, do you want to throw it to the right?
Hey guys, I've seen you guys down in Australia. I know you guys travel around the world a lot. It must be pretty grueling. So how do you cope with that? And have you got any favourite destinations? That's to all of you.
Drink lots of alcohol. No, just kidding. it's a tough life. I'm not gonna lie to be a wrestler. I'm obviously a traveling wrestler too, because you're on the road over 300 days a year. You better get to see your family. You better get to see your friends. You better get to sleep. So you just have to learn, to sleep so you can learn how to sleep sitting up or learn how to sleep standing up. Like you have to figure out.
You sleep everywhere.
You just sleep everywhere. You're like in the airport. You see concrete. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna lay there. But you just have to figure it out, and then your body kind of adjusts to it, and you start getting used to it. But it still is there.
You have to love this business to
Exactly.
do what we do.
Yeah.
You are away on holidays, you're away from your family, the road becomes your family, and it's nonstop. We don't have an off season, and the only time you have an off season is, unfortunately, you don't want to hear it if you're hurt. And the constant keeping up with, there's always new talent coming, and the travel, and maintaining this doesn't, for everyone, it's keeping up with the workouts on the road, keeping up with the shows, keeping up just with the physical being at all times. It's very tasking, but I know every single person up here loves what we do, and that's why, we're here. So you don't really, the travel just becomes a time to tell stories and make memories and just bond.
And you can have so much fun on the road as well, and I think every one of us can relate to this. Is finding that time as well. Technology has made such. You can now FaceTime. And 20 years ago you couldn't. So I think when you're on the road, is find that time where you step away for a little bit and speak to your family, speak to your friends back home, and use FaceTime and just connect with people that way too, just to kind of give that balance. But I agree, you have so much fun on the road, and you can make your own fun, and you do find interesting positions to sleep in. So
I slept in a lap for 5 minutes before I came out here. And then you lot scared the crap out of me. I walked into the building, I was expecting confetti and cheerleaders and a freaking marching band or whatever, but I'm just I just woke up.
That's just a normal day in BT Centre.
So that's what happens every time you come into work. Everyone's like, yes! You made it!
We love it here.
I know my dad never had fun. So I don't know. So why did they move?
I think that's all the time we've got. I do want to ask one last question just to you, Andrade and Charlotte. Congratulations on your engagement. Chance of an on-air wedding, perhaps, do you think?